Hello students, welcome to the online classes. In previous class, we were discussing about the some important physical properties of 13th group element, that is atomic radii and also ionic radii, and also we were discussing about the ionization enthalpy. In today's class, we will discuss about the electronegativity. Before going to how it varies in a boron family or the 13th group element, we already know the meaning of electronegativity, that is a tendency to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself is known as the electronegativity. Usually the electronegativity increases from left to right, or you can call this one as across the period, and electronegativity from top to bottom it is decreases. Here we written that electronegativity first decreases from boron to aluminium. First we have to discuss that. So as we move from boron to aluminium, electronegativity is decreases because size variation will be there. As we move from top to bottom in a periodic table, size will be increases. If the size is increases, means attraction between the nucleus and the outermost shell electron is decreases, hence the electronegativity is decreases from boron to aluminium. And some variations will be there that we written here, and then increases down the group from gallium to what it is, thallium. It is electronegativity is increases, but according to the usually electronegativity decreases from top to bottom. From the gallium to thallium it is increases because here the screening effect will be the reason for what it is increase in electronegativity from gallium to thallium. The question arises here, what is the meaning of screening effect or shielding effect? What it means? ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕ? ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಪುವರ್ ಶೀಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು, ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ರೀಸನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪುವರ್ what it is screening effect, the nucleus and the outermost shell electron having a more attraction, hence the electronegativity will be increases from gallium to thallium. This is the reason why it is increases gallium to thallium. We written here, on moving from boron to aluminium, atomic size is increases and force of attraction between nucleus and outermost shell electrons decreases, hence the electronegativity is decreases. We discuss that boron to aluminium. What happens in case of gallium to thallium? We return. Even though atomic size is increases from gallium to thallium, but due to poor shielding effect of inner n-1 d electrons and n-2 f electrons, because of this reason, force of attraction between nucleus and outermost shell electron increases, hence electronegativity increases from gallium to thallium. So this is about the how the electronegativity varies in the 13th group element, that is from boron to thallium. And next one we will discuss about the melting point and the boiling point. So that the melting point and the boiling point of 13th group elements decreases down the group. As we move from boron to what it is, thallium, melting point and the boiling point will be decreases. However, the decrease in melting point is not regular as in case of boiling point. So boiling point regular ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುವಂತ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಬಟ್ ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುವಂತ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ boron to that is thallium. Boron is a non-metal and hard solid. Boron ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಐತಿ, ಅದನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ 13th group element ದಾಗ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಏನದಾವು, ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು. So that is having a hard solid nature. It has a strong crystalline lattice structure. It has a strong crystalline lattice structure. Because of these reasons, it is having a more melting point. That boron having a more melting point. Rest of the element it means what it is, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. Rest of the elements are soft metals with a low melting point and high electrical conductivity. These are the metals except the what, boron. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಒಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್. ಇವು ಬೋರಾನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ನೇಚರ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. It is having a high electrical conductivity. That point you have to remember. And one more thing you have to remember about the melting point of a 13th group element in case of gallium. Gallium has very low melting point, that to be what it is, 303 Kelvin, and in summer it melts in our hand. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಐತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಗದಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಗೆ ನೆಮೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನೇ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗುವಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದೈತಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಂದ್ರ ಗ್ಯಾಲಿಯಮ್. And now we will discuss about the oxidation state of the 13th group element. Hope you know that one. If you write the electronic configuration of the 13th group element from boron to thallium, we are having a 3 electrons or the 3 valency electrons in the 13th group element. Because of that reason, that will show the +3 oxidation state. Common oxidation state of boron family will be +3. So as there are 3 valency electrons present in 13th group elements, they can show maximum oxidation state, that is +3. They can show maximum +3 oxidation state because of the 3 valency electrons will be present in 13th group. However, on moving down the group, due to poor shielding effect of intervening of d and f orbitals, nuclear charge is increases. As a result of this, electrons of p orbital participates in bonding, whereas electrons of s orbitals remain inert or don't participate in chemical bonding. This phenomena is also called as inert Fair effect. The point to remember about this one is that here on moving down the group, due to poor shielding effect, hope you know, in earlier slide only we discussed about the screening effect or shielding effect, both are same. ಪೂವರ್ ಶೀಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದ ಪಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ದಾಗ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವು, ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಏನಾಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ದಾಗ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಫೇರ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಫೇರ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್? ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್, these are the shells, first, second, third, like that. Here it is s orbital will be there and p orbital will be there in what it is, outermost shell of that boron family, that is having a s2 and p1, s2 and p1, ns2 np1 will be the what it is general electronic configuration of the 13th group element. Here because of these inner shell electrons will be there, here electron irtav illi, e electron ಪೂವರ್ ಶೀಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾವ. ಅಂದ್ರ ಇವು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ವಾಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಇವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದ these s electrons are attracted towards the nucleus compared to the p electrons. ಇಲ್ಲಿ s ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ದಾಗ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಕಡೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ p ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಇಂಥ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಫೇರ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು that reason and this oxidation state will be varies in case of a 13th group element, that we can discuss now. The resistance or inertness of s electron pair to participate in chemical bonding is called as inert pair effect. Resistance or inertness. Inertness means it will not react with or it will not participate in the chemical reaction because of the more force of attraction, and because why it will not participate in the chemical reaction means it is having a poor shielding effect. Because of that reason it will attract it towards the nucleus, hence only p electrons will be participate. That we are calling as inert Fair effect. And boron and aluminum shows +3 oxidation state, whereas gallium, indium, thallium will show +1 to the +3 oxidation state. Stability order of +3 oxidation state, if you write according to the stability of +3 oxidation state, now boron having a more stability than boron aluminum ion, that is Al+3, more than Ga+3, more than indium ion +3 and thallium +3. This is about the stability of +3 oxidation state. And also stability of +1 oxidation state, that is boron +1 having a less stability than aluminum +1, that is than gallium +1 and indium +1 and thallium +1. This is about the stability of +3 oxidation state and +1 oxidation state. and except thallium all other elements of 13th group element from trivalent compounds. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಥ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ ಒಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು ಟ್ರೈವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು. ಥ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ ಯಾಕೆ ಟ್ರೈವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಫೇರ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವು. ಇನ್ನರ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, hence the s orbital electrons are not participate in the reaction, only p orbital electrons will be participate, hence it will show the +1 instead of +3, and +1 is more stable than the +3, that we are writing here. Except the thallium all other elements of the 13th group element form a trivalent compounds, that we written as BCl3, it is a trivalent compound, BH3 and AlCl3 etc. Those are the trivalent compounds of what it is 13th group element except the thallium. In these trivalent compounds, the central atom has only 6 electrons around it. If you write the trivalent compounds like you can take the example AlCl3, here it is having 3 valence electrons of aluminium, and here it is 7 valence electrons will be there. That is about the chlorine. Here also 7 and here 7. Yes. Around the aluminium there are 6 electrons will be there. 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6. There are 6 electrons will be there. Aluminium does not satisfy the octet rule and chlorine will satisfy the octet rule, but the central atom does not satisfy the octet rule. So that we are writing that in these trivalent compounds the central atom has only 6 electrons around it. Such compounds have 2 electrons less than the octet. If it aluminium want to get the octet rule means it should have 8 electrons, but it is having a 6 electrons, it needs 2 electrons to get the octet rule. Less than the octet, therefore such compounds are called as electron deficient molecules. So here the trivalent compounds of boron family, that is we have taken a BCl3, AlCl3, these compounds act as a electron deficient molecules, because if you talk about the octet rule of the central atom does not satisfy the octet rule, it is having a less than 8 electrons, it means it will accept the electron to get the electron, hence it is act as a electron deficient molecules. And also this is called as to complete the octet, so that we written the complete the octet they accept the pair of electrons, hence behave as Lewis acids. ಇವು ಲೆವಿಸ್ acids ಆಗಿ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆವಿಸ್ acid ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಯಾವ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾವು ಅವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಲೆವಿಸ್ acids ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಆಕ್ಟೈಡ್ ರೂಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, 8ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದಾವು, ಸೊ 6 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದು 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ 8 ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಲೆವಿಸ್ acids ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಲೆವಿಸ್ acids ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ BCl3, here also boron having a less than 8 electrons and it will react with the NH3. Here nitrogen having a lone pair. Here boron is a electron deficient. So if it nitrogen having a lone pair given by the nitrogen to the boron, now the bond will be formation between the nitrogen and what it is boron, NH3 BCl. Here it is act as a Lewis acid, it is act as a Lewis base. The substance which donate a pair of electrons to the other substance is act as a Lewis base, which accept the pair of electrons, it is act as a Lewis acid. This is about the one more important point regarding the trivalent compounds of the boron family. So now we will discuss about the chemical properties of that boron family, that we can call as a 13th group element. Except the boron, all other elements are metals. We were discussing same points in earlier slide also. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಒಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಏನದಾವು ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಐತಿ. Amorphous form of boron is very reactive compared to the crystalline form of boron. Boron adu amorphous form ಜಾಸ್ತಿ reactive nature ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ. Aluminum is also reactive but inert to the action of acids. This is due to the protective layer of oxide is formed on the surface. ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಏನೈತಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದೈತಿ. ಇದು ಇನರ್ಟ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತಾ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ having a inert action when it reacts with the acids. And gallium, indium, thallium are soft and reactive metals. Compared to the boron, it will be soft metals, that is gallium, indium, thallium, and those are reactive metals and they dissolve in acids. So those gallium, indium, thallium acids jodhe enagtavu dissolve aagtavu. Boron forms only covalent compounds whereas the rest of the elements form ionic compounds. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರಾನ್ ದ 3 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಅವು 3 ಶೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದ ಬೋರಾನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ, ಗ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ required to remove the 3 electron is equal to the sum of the ionization enthalpy of first, second and third. That much energy is not what it is released when in a chemical reaction. Hence the boron will form only covalent compounds, not the ionic compounds. But the except the boron, all the elements of 13th group element will form the ionic compounds. Now the first chemical property, that is the reaction with air. 13th group elements reacts with the air. What will happen? Amorphous form of boron is reactive. Hope you in earlier slide only we were discuss about that. Crystalline form ಮತ್ತು amorphous form ಕಿಂತ so amorphous form ಇದ್ದಂತ boron ಏನೈತಿ reactive nature ಅನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೊಂದೈತಿ. Amorphous form of boron is reactive and crystalline form of boron is non-reactive. Comparison will be there between the amorphous and crystalline. Aluminium reacts with the air. A thin layer of oxide is formed, the surface which protect it from the further reaction. Aluminium reactive nature ಐತಿ, but acid ಜೊತೆ ಏನದ inert nature ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ. Because when it reacts with the acids, that will form the oxide layer that will protect the another reaction or further reaction with the air. That is a reason here why aluminium having a inert nature to the acid. On heating, amorphous boron and aluminium in air they form a respective oxides. Aluminium ಮತ್ತು boron ಅನ್ನ so ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾವ. we know that the metal reacts with the what oxygen that will be metal oxide will be formed. Metal oxide will be formed. Metal oxides are basic in nature. Hope you know that. Here we have taken a boron reacts with oxygen, boron oxide will be formed. Here it is a boron having a +3 oxidation state, oxygen having a -2 oxidation state. If we write the formula of this one is that we can write that B2O3. So that is be written here boron oxide B2O3. To balance this one you can 4B, 3 oxygen and 2 B2O3. Here aluminium we have taken. Aluminium also having a +3 oxidation state. The 13th group element having a +3 oxidation state and reacts with the oxygen. Oxygen having a -2, that is 2, here 3, that will be Al2O3. Aluminium oxide will be formed. That we written here aluminium oxide. On heating at a high temperature, they react with the nitrogen, they form a nitrides. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ದಾಗ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ ನೈಟ್ರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ. ದಟ್ ವಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಬೋರಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್. Here boron having a +3 oxidation state and 13th group elements also having a +3. Now it is boron we had taken, that is a +3 oxidation state. Nitrogen that is having a -3. That is if you write the formula of this one that is Bn. Boron nitride will be formed, and one more is aluminium reacts with the nitrogen at high temperature, that will form the aluminium nitride. To balance this one, you can multiply 2, here it is 2. This is about the how the 13th group elements reacts with the air. So and boron trioxide is acidic in nature. Point to be noted. Here it is. We already know that metal reacts with oxygen. Metal oxide will be formed. Always the metal oxides are basic in nature. Hope you know this point. And also one more point you can remember. Non-metal reacts with oxygen and water. Non-metal oxides and hydroxides will be formed. Non-metal oxides, if you have taken water, hydroxides will be formed. Those formed non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Point to be noted. Here these are acidic in nature. Here we already discussed about the nature of this, what it is 13th group element. Boron only the non-metal. Apart from the boron in the 13th group element are the metals. Hence the boron reacts with oxygen, boron trioxide will be formed, that is acidic in nature. This is a non-metal oxide, hence it is acidic in nature. All trioxide and gallium oxides are amphoteric in nature. Aluminium will react with the base and also it will react with the acid. Hence the aluminium and gallium oxides are act as a amphoteric acids. It will react with the both acids and the bases. Hence it is amphoteric nature. Oxides of indium and thallium are basic in nature because these are the metal oxides, always it is basic in nature. Hence these are those oxides of indium and thallium are basic in nature. Yes, now we'll discuss about the reactivity with the halogens. What happens if the 13th group elements reacts with the halogens? So hope you know that boron family having a +3 oxidation state. When it reacts with the halogens, so now halogen having a +1, that is +1. If you write the formula, here it is 1, 3, hence trihalides will be formed. That is formula of this one is MX3. Here we written that those boron family, that is a boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium, that is M plus, it is reacts with the halogen X2, the trihalides will be formed. We had taken an example like boron reacts with the chlorine, boron trichloride will be formed. To balance the chemical equation, that we can multiply with the 2, here it is 3, 3 2s are 6, chlorines will be there. And we had taken one more example regarding the boron family, that is the aluminium reacts with the chlorine, aluminium chloride will be formed. This is also tri-coordinates halide, so that is aluminium chloride will be formed. The point is to remember about the 13th group halides will be, the halides of boron are covalent in nature. ಬೋರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಹೆಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಏನದಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವು ಏನದಾವು ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದ್ಯಾವು. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ due to the smaller size and high electronegativity, the bonding involved bears covalent nature. In trihalides of boron, octet is not completed, hence it receives 2 electrons and it behaves as a Lewis acid. Because of this reason, ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಇದು ಬೋರಾನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿದಾಗ ಬೋರಾನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಐತಿ, ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ದಾಗ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬೋರಾನ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರ್ತದ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ದ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಬಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ನೇಚರ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತತಿ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರ ಟ್ರೈಹ್ಯಾಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೋರಾನ್, in case of that boron does not satisfy the octet rule, so because of that reason it receives the electron, it acts as a Lewis acid. It means the point is that here boron halides are covalent in nature because of the smaller size. If it is having a smaller size means that a tendency to attract the negative cloud will be more polarization power will be there. Hence because of the more polarizing power, those halides are covalent in nature. Second one, the relative Lewis acid strength of boron trihalides is as follows. It means when boron reacts with the halogens like what it is, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, the stability of those halides will be written that, so that is boron triiodide, Bi3 is more than BBr3 and BCl3 and BF3. That is the stability of the boron trihalides. The halides of 13th group elements have a bridged dimeric structure. It is to satisfy the octet of the central atom. So central atom octet rule ಅನ್ನು satisfy ಮಾಡುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವು ಡೈಮರಿಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದಾಗ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ. ಎರಡು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಜೊತೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಂಗಂದ್ರ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಟಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ octet rule ಅನ್ನು satisfy ಮಾಡಕ ಈಜಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. And now we'll discuss about the anomalous behavior of boron. Hope you know the point here. Every first element of the group having a different characteristics or the properties, hence those are called as anomalous behavior. Anomalous behavior of boron. Boron being the representative element of the 13th group element behave differently than rest of the members of the family due to the following reasons. So because of the smaller size of the boron having a smaller size compared to the 13th group elements like aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium, because of that reason is the one of the anomalous behavior of boron. And high ionization enthalpy and high electronegativity and no vacant d orbital. There is no d orbital in case of boron, but if we write the gallium, indium and thallium, d orbital will be there, hence it is one of the anomalous behavior of the boron. Now we will discuss about the some uses of boron and its compounds. Boron trioxide is used in glass making and ceramics, and some borax is used as a water softener. Borax is also used as a insecticides and herbicide and disinfectant. Boron carbide is used in a tank armor and bulletproof vests. Bulletproof vest daga matta used in tank armor daga ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, boron carbide ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Boron nitride has high melting point, hence it is used in the equipments which can withstand high temperature. This is about the some important what it is uses of boron and its compounds. So now we will discuss about the uses of aluminium and its compounds. Aluminium is silvery white metal. It is silvery white metal with a very high tensile strength. It has a high thermal and electrical conductivity. Aluminium metal ಐತಿ, ಅದು silver color ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದೈತಿ, and also it is having a high tensile strength and a high thermal and electrical conductivity. Aluminium is corrosion resistance, hence it is used in the household materials, aircrafts and ships and cars etc. Aluminium materials ಅನ್ನ ಅದು ಕರೋಸನ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ, ತುಕ್ಕು ಹಿಡಿಯದಂಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನ್ನ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏರ್ ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಪವರ್ ಕೇಬಲ್ and aluminum is also used in making cans for the cold drinks and dairy products and the toothpaste tubes. Aluminum foil is used in packing food items. Aluminum foil anna food items anna pack ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, and like chocolates and sweets and cigarettes. These are the some uses of what it is aluminum and its compounds. Remaining part of the P block elements we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.